Hey everyone, welcome back with being on Mac. Anyway, yeah, that was gonna be a weird intro. I didn't really know I was heading there, but welcome back with being on Mac, folks. Where we're gonna continue our playthrough of Mortal Kombat Armageddon here, and as you can see, we are kicking ass. You know, fat ass. Of Jade, and it looks like this is gonna be like that female tower that we kind of get sometimes, so that's gonna be cool. Hopefully it's gonna be different for you guys. I'm trying to, change up the towers and seeing what the starting arena is and stuff like that, and all these towers, just so you guys get a big scope of like what the game is. As many arenas as we can play on, and as many fighters that we can fight and stuff like that. It's cool, but I don't know, definitely a much bigger variety than freaking Deception. Deception had like literally I think like 2, maybe 3 different arcade style ladders, and it was just so repetitive. But this one, I think Armageddon did a really good job of mixing them up, so we're gonna do some Scorpion action here. I love it. Just they could have, like, I think there's certain, like, not death traps, but there's, like, certain of the stage transitions where, like, once you get, they end, the character just stays down, they kind of twitch, and that's the end of the round. But maybe that was in Deception only. And in Armageddon, they just didn't implement it where, like, the character stayed down, but I have no clue. Oh, man, we got this bitch again. Alright, and we got the secret stage fatality here that I love that they put in the Armageddon here. They got 2 arenas. We already did it in the Battle Tower last episode with Stryker. Of course, we got the cool one with the Takunin warship.
Round 1, fight!
Man, like I said in last episode too, I love the new 3D designs of all the arenas, and Armageddon really did a great job, and I think pretty much all of them. Last episode I talked about it a lot at length, but I mean Goro's Lair was not in that, and Goro's Lair is a great level for that. Really does a good job of showing the maze type thing. A maze type aspect to Goro's Lair. Like you're in here, you ain't getting out, you're trapped. Goro's gonna have his way with you, and if he doesn't, it's gonna be one of the Oni in the background. But it's like, I don't know, a really cool stage in my opinion. Very well done. And I think once again, I think like I mentioned this in games before, videos before. I don't know if Mortal Kombat exactly, but I liked how during the PS2 era, when 3D gaming graphics actually got kind of decent, they started to pay homage to the previous stuff, whether the PlayStation 1 or in Mortal Kombat's case, obviously the original trilogy of games that were on the arcades, but they really paid homage to them and really expanded on the areas that we know and love and stuff like that, put them in 3D. Did that with designs and stuff like that. As you can see, like with Scorpion's classic MK3 style ninja design here. And I just, I love the fact that they kind of reimagined things, but didn't change them so much, right? Like this is the subway, but it's just that. It's just a subway. Goro's Lair was still, I could look at that and see, okay, this is the exact same thing as what it was in, MK1 and 2 and stuff like that. And some of them, like I said last episode, are kind of dumb looking, like the square pit instead of the bridge. Which obviously, 3D playing game, what are you going to do? But same with like the Deadpool and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, as much as I used to love them, the stages that they kind of like brought back from the original trilogy of games and Deception all kind of suck when you really think about it. They're just the stages but 3D, where I think Armageddon really did a great job of reimagining these stages and making them big open environments and stuff like that instead of just kind of big squares. But even like as I was saying about reimagining these things, Resident Evil, for example, I feel like they did a really good job of, I think I've gone on length about this before, but, Jill, I can see her, Resident Evil 1 Remake Jill, they seem like the same character. And then, I liked how they kept the same models going, for Jill and stuff like that, with just minor, like, updates and stuff. But then eventually with the remakes and the modern games, they kind of went with a different direction in that way. And, I don't know, I just didn't always like that. But that said, I mean, it's cool too, because, I mean, eventually you gotta move on. It's just, I wish they kind of would have finished the original story of Resident Evil and that before they kind of went with new designs and stuff. But that's just probably old man yelling at clouds. That said, though, folks, I haven't really been doing this as much, especially not as much as I should have. Question of the day here, since we're fighting the ladies, what do you guys think of Mortal Kombat not using, not really going with big boob fighting game character models anymore, I guess that's something that Ed Boon is just not really interested in doing these days, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like it's a game about dismembering people and all sorts of other stupid shit, Who cares if, like, the girls are scantily clad or have huge tits or whatever, big asses. And I know there's, like, a lot of people who are like, only losers, they care about that stuff. And it's like, it is what it is, I mean, it's kind of like how you see, like, sex on TV and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just something that I think people are usually attracted to, if you know what I mean. Like, it's something that catches people's attention. And if some people are into it, I don't really see what the harm is in kind of accepting that either, knowing that these are like a fantasy element, right? Like, I think the argument is women can't live up to these standards, the huge ass jugs and fat ass and all this other stuff. And so that, I mean, I say it's just, it's about, in my opinion, especially when it comes to kids, A, kids should not be playing Mortal Kombat. Just in general, even though we all did as kids. But B, oh man, I feel like, if, you're a parent and your kid can't tell the difference. I mean, some people, unfortunately, they just don't have, their minds can't process that, and it's understandable. But at the same time, if you have a daughter that looks at, someone like Melina, her body, her looks, and all this other stuff, and the way she dresses, and says, oh man, I can't live up to that, that's a video game character. I think there's just something, that's a talk that you need to have with your, your kid. And I think that's something that, would more go for, like, television. It's just pretty much telling the kid, here's reality, here's a freaking cartoon. This is why, like anime, for example, that people complain about the big boob girls in animes and stuff like that. It should be a case of, like, hey, this is unrealistic. Here's why. Explain to your kid, you have unrealistic expectations of yourself as well as, people's expectations of you. It shouldn't be a thing of, oh yeah, you're right, we should just, because we don't like it, we should destroy it for other people type deal. You know what I mean? But then again, it's kind of like you could agree with me, you could not agree. Opinions are like assholes, as they say. Everyone's got one. So, but that's just my opinion, If you got a different opinion, feel free to share it down below in the comments. That's why I asked the question. And if you agree with me, saute my balls in the comments. Tell me about how right I am here about this topic and stuff. Alright, that's pretty sick. I actually looked up and learned how to do these weapon fatalities with Scorpion in particular here. Hopefully give you guys a little bit of a different fatality set. Give you guys a little bit of a tweet. But that said, we're facing Blaze here, so we're kind of nearing the end of our run. We're not going to be able to do any sort of fatalities. My cats are going absolutely effing nuts right now. It is like midnight. trying to do this quick video so that way I can upload it for the next day and stuff like that after work. And they're not helping me whatsoever, doing that cat stuff, doing their zoomies, as they say. Making loud noise, I'm sure you guys can unfortunately hear in the background. Unfortunately, I can't control that. It's just a circumstance of my environment, you know. Victim of my environment. I'm messing up the quote. Victim of circumstances, but it is what it is, right? Man, I've only got one more breaker left, so this could be bad. I don't even know what my cats are doing. They're just clawing at random things on my bed at this point. I also got another bonus question of the day for you guys. Who is your favorite Mortal Kombat ninja? Mine's got to be Ermac, but obviously a lot of them are really good. You know, you got freaking Ermac, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile. I mean, can't really go wrong. But that said, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out next week's episode on Fighting Friday. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.
As the fire of Blaze was extinguished, what appeared in its place brought elation to Scorpion's tormented soul. His ninja clan, the Shirai Ryu, had been fully resurrected. Numbering in the thousands, they covered the surface of the pyramid awaiting Scorpion's command. Among them was Scorpion's wife and son. Their reunion was to be short-lived. The sorcerer Quan Chi suddenly appeared among them. He grabbed Scorpion's young son and disappeared through a portal to the Netherrealm. Enraged, Scorpion ordered his clan to hunt down the sorcerer. He will not rest until his son has been recovered and Quan Chi is dead.